Hello again, and welcome back to your favorite TV show, English composition. All right, so we've got a few things coming up that I need to talk about. There seems to be confusion. I'm getting a lot of emails about these articles, okay? First, you have to read the final essay prompt. On the prompt, there is a list of racial related topics that apply to the film Get Out. Which you're going to be writing about for your final essay. Okay, you are to choose one of those topics and find 3 research articles, hopefully from Galileo. So they need to be peer-reviewed articles. So when you do your Galileo search, make sure you check that box that says peer-reviewed only. Because I don't want Bubba's blog on microaggressions. That's not considered a legit source. You can use more than those 3 articles in your essay. So if you want to use Bubba's blog, as long as the electronic source ends in .gov or .edu, that's how we can tell they're closer to a legitimate source. But you're looking for peer-reviewed articles. So if, for example, you chose microaggressions, then you're going to find 3 articles on microaggressions. And in so doing, you're going to become an expert on microaggressions from what you learn. The essay is different probably from any essay you've ever written. It's called an exploratory essay. And essentially what it is a documentation of your process of becoming an expert. So I would keep a journal and dates of a chronology, excuse me, of your steps in research. So you don't have to include the dates and times in your actual essay, but at least you'll be able to see, okay, go back to your log. This is what I did first. This is what I did second. This is what I did third. So my advice is some of you will be very comfortable choosing something you already know about. But my advice is maybe choose a subject you don't know much about because you'll have more to record about as you learn. Because each of the body paragraphs in your essay, you're going to be basically reporting one of 3 things. 1, what you learned from the article. 1, what you already knew or suspected and it was reinforced. Or 3, that you disagree completely with the article. You can be the critic about that. But remember, these are heavily researched articles. So just say, I disagree. You're going to have to go a long way to prove, why you feel the article is wrong. So as I said, choosing an article or a topic that you're already familiar with might not yield as much as the adventure of learning more about a subject like, say, liberal racism, or women as villains, white women as villains, or black males as commodities. Those are all things that you need to research. Not all of them. The one you choose. If that's something you don't know much about, then it's easier to report what that article added to your expertise, what information it added to you. Okay, so I have postponed the first article summary. I posted a template in the course 10 content, which I want you to follow, and it's got an example of what I need. So basically, you're reporting what is the topic sentence, of each paragraph. Now, some paragraphs may have the same topic sentence. Well, if that's the case, that's what you report. When the topic changes, that's when you report the topic sentence. Remember, and you're putting it in your own words. There are no quotes in a summary, okay? You're not looking for textual evidence. You're putting in your words what the thesis and the topic sentences are all about. My advice is not to pick a very long article. A couple of pages is plenty. If you pick a 20-page article, well, I mean, it may be awesome, but the summary, you basically have to summarize 20 pages of paragraphs. So my advice is you can definitely use a 20-page article in your essay, but don't choose that for the summary assignment. Okay, so again, to make it clear, you can use a shorter article for your summary uh, that you may not use in your essay, but it still has to be on the same topic that you're researching on the essay. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, rbarker@westga.edu. I still don't understand why at this point people are still sending me emails at the course den, because I've told you before, I check those maybe in the morning and then maybe in the evening, maybe only once a day because I can't do it on my phone. But the westga.edu, I check like throughout the day. So you get a much quicker response if you email me at that address. Okay. All right. So that's the articles. Now I would like to look at these topics. Okay. Well, before we do, let's talk about the actual final essay. It's going to be in two parts. Okay. The first part is where you document, and I will probably, as it gets a little closer, put up an old student essay that got an A, so you can see what I'm looking for. The whole essay is I, because you're reporting what you learned and how you learned it to become an expert. Okay. First part. The second part then is you are applying that expertise to Jordan Peele's film Get Out. And your thesis will be what he has to say about your topic, or what he's trying to say about microaggressions, about liberal racism, about all of these, topics are there in the movie. You're just talking about one. Okay? So let's just look over these topics. You can read them yourself. I'm not going to sit here and read them to you, but starts with liberal racism, starts with microaggressions. There's racial representation. White women as villain. That's a good one. I've gotten several good essays about that because you don't normally see that in horror movies or in films at all. There's a couple. There's like, single white female. There's a few. The black male body as commodity. Commodity is something you buy and sell. You might not think that goes on anymore, but that comes all the way from slavery. In the film, Chris is literally auctioned off, but it still applies nowadays how people make money off of black male bodies. If you think about sports, if you think about men in prison who are, forced to do work for pennies, there's a lot to do there. There's the 13th Amendment you can check out. Okay. Next is cultural appropriation. Then there's white privilege, the sunken place, and structural or systemic racism. Okay? So those are your topics. You choose one, only one. One that, if you've watched the film, that you think, oh, okay, I can see his message about this, then go with that. Okay? Whether you're familiar with it, you can still learn about it. And as you're looking at these articles, you're going to be able to think, oh, that's where this is in the movie. Liberal racism. That's when her parents are saying they'd vote for Obama for a second term or third term, but then look what they're doing to black people. So that's sort of a little gist about some of these topics. I don't want to say too much because that's for your research. Okay, I'll post more specifics about the final as it gets closer. But I want you to do these articles, find these articles, and trust me, searching Galileo for the articles, it's a time suck. That's why I'm letting you start now, and we've still got 3 or 4 weeks before this essay's due. But I'm kind of prodding you with these summaries to make sure you're doing the work now and not trying to find articles 2 days before the essay's due, because that will be a disaster. Okay, so also. You have till midnight tonight, 11:59 tonight, to get late work into the late work folder. There will be no more late work, barring a catastrophe accepted at this point. It's frustrating for me, as it is for you, I'm sure, to get emails that say, "Oh, I missed the deadline because when I went to submit it at 11:58." Why are you waiting that long? Why would you take that chance? Because yes, technology fails all the time, but that is no longer an accepted excuse. When you've had 3 weeks to 4 weeks to do an essay and you wait to submit it at the last second, no, 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 my children, no. That is not an accepted excuse. Get it done, get it in. You can always, if you get something in, you can always resubmit if you make changes, right? I only look at the last submission, okay? So, we're getting close to the end. I'm cheering you on. I don't want you to worry. Most of you are doing a really good job. You did with your essays. Those of you who are getting the work in on time are getting the credit. Just don't stress. Some of these submissions are only worth 1 point towards your final grade. And I know you have jobs and other classes and family and COVID and all that stuff we're dealing with. So make sure you're taking care of yourself, okay? Take time to, relax, go work out, whatever. Take a walk. Just be safe out there. And let me know if you need a Google Meet, if you have questions, because you won't have questions until you start. So if you start 2 days before and you got questions, I have very little sympathy for you because there's not much I can do to help. Okay, I will do my best, but I need you to start now on these articles, okay? And remember, there's a PowerPoint on how to find the works cited information that you just copy and paste. And then you change the font, the spacing, make sure it's, hanging indented, and it's done for you. So simple, okay? So when you find these articles, make sure you copy and paste. Whether you use them or not, at least you don't have to go back and research it, okay? So I'm talking fast because my time's running out. I can only do like 15 minutes, and we're at 12. So thank you for your hard work. Keep it going till the end. We're almost there. And I want to be here for you. So I've had several Google Meets that I think have been very beneficial. I've had a few phone conversations. So let me know how best to help you with your needs. Okay? Have a great day. Whew, that was a lot. Bye-bye.